talk movies if we may. Christmas movies, to be precise. I'll watch any of them. Obviously, the good ones. Home Alone, Muppet Christmas Carol, Elf, etc. And even the I want a pup for Christmas, but I can't because I've lost my Princess Crown type ones that pop up on Channel 5 of an afternoon. Love those too. So View Cinemas have been asking us about our favourite Christmas movie moments. It's quite a top 10. There's the Yippee-Ki-Yay moment with Bruce Willis in Die Hard. Tiny Tim's God Bless Us, Everyone in A Christmas Carol. And James waking up to find the snowman's melted. That's horrible in The Snowman. Every year I watch The Snowman and get all emotional about it. And we turn it off before the snowman melts because otherwise I have a meltdown. Yeah, I can feel myself tearing up thinking about it. But last year we went to see the Snowman live at the cathedral with an orchestra and everything. And the Snowman comes walking around the aisles and I was like, oh, Snowman! And touched his hand and he was like, okay, you're a grown-up, a little bit weird. And moved on. But we couldn't turn it off at the end. So they had the end bit with the orchestra playing really sad music and I was like, no! In tears in the middle of the cathedral. We're not going to see that again. What's in the top 5?
It wouldn't be Christmas without counting down to the big day with a load of festive films, would it? And in at number 5 is this heart-wrenching moment in the Polar Express.
I believe.
Yep, it's the bit where the boy finds his belief in Santa and hears the bell from the reindeer ring. Number 4 is one of many Home Alone moments to make the list, but perhaps this one is the most famous.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
At number 3, it's when Buddy from Elf learns that Santa is coming to town.
Okay, people, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Santa's coming to town.
Santa! Oh, my God! Santa here? I know him.
And your top 2 are both from Home Alone. At number 2, it's the moment that doesn't quite work so well for the radio, so I'll describe it for you.
Did they come back?
Iris.
Yeah, it's the bit where Kevin has an impromptu party with a load of mannequins and cardboard cutouts on strings and pulleys to scare the burglars that are outside away.
We'll come back tomorrow. Maybe they'll be gone by then. We better get out of here before somebody sees us.
And our top Christmas moment.
I'm Kevin McAllister, 671 Lincoln Boulevard. Do you need the phone number?
That's right.
Okay, this is extremely important. Would you please tell him that instead of presents this year, I just want my family back. No toys, nothing but Peter, Kate, Buzz, Megan, Linny, and Jeff. And my aunt and my cousins. And if he has time, my Uncle Frank. Okay?
It's that lovely bit when Kevin asks Santa for his family back in time for Christmas. How sweet.
Is it really? No, it is. Home Alone is just amazing. But is that really the best bit? Well, let's have a word with film critic James Looks for good morning to you, James. Pleasure to speak to you. Prize, if you can remember what it is that Santa gives Kevin at that moment.
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna have to pass on that one. I don't know a lot about movies, but that one slipped me by.
2 Tic Tacs.
Okay.
He says, I feel bad I haven't got anything to give you, so he gives him a couple of Tic Tacs. I've seen that film a lot, an awful lot. It's not a huge surprise, I suppose, that Home Alone tops the list.
No, not at all. I think it is a generational thing. I think it's interesting to note that It's a Wonderful Life, George running through Bedford Falls at the end, is known as number 17th, and that's probably because it would have been a lot further up that list maybe 10, 20 years ago. This is about the movies we grew up with. This is about the movies that have become part of our tradition, that become part of what Christmas means to us. I think the great thing about Christmas movies is that they can become a tradition. You can put them on every year and suddenly it replicates a feeling. Movies are great for that, to bring you back to a certain place, whether it's when you were young and waiting for Santa to arrive, whether it's just replaying a happy moment or recreating a tradition.
My mum's favourite bit of cinema, I think, ever in the world is the bit where the wet bandits are being caught out by all of Kevin's traps, and you've got Marv and Harry with the tarantula on the chest, and the minute that the crowbar is brought back, it makes everybody else is cringing. Mum's laughing like a drain every single time. But even just that sequence, we know it off by heart, don't we? From the minute, with the super hot doorknob to the I'm going to bite your fingers off one by one. It just sticks in your head in a beautiful way.
I think it really does. And, I think when the film first came out, I was very young, and I remember my mum always tells the story of people turning around to look at me, this very, very young kid laughing very loudly. I think it was the moment where Joe Pesci's character gets a blowtorch to the head and emits a very, very high-pitched scream. And I think there was something about that scream that made me absolutely roll in the aisles. And so many other people. There's just, as I say, these movies replay over and over and over, and there is something about being able to quote the moments, knowing those moments are coming up, replicating that feeling, and feeling like Christmas is here. It's the same reason we put up decorations. It's the same reason we have traditions around food, around what we do, whether we go to a pantomime. In a Christmas where so many things are perhaps going to be different, Christmas movies can stay.
Do you know what? You are absolutely right. When we started putting the decorations up the other day, Christmas with the Cranks was on. And there's the bit where she goes to the supermarket and I shouted, "Hickory honey ham. It's never too late to start planning for college." And you just know these bits are coming up, and it is a beautiful, heartwarming feeling. So what would be your ultimate moment then, James?
Oh, do you know what? I think it's a sequence, and I have a particular love for I think it's 1993, the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yes.
A lot of, all of the Muppets essaying the Charles Dickens characters, and Michael Caine playing it like it's the most serious film in the world, and Kermit the Frog singing There's Something in the Air, and I think it's called... There's Only One More Sleep Till Christmas.
Oh, One More Sleep Till Christmas is the name of the song, yeah.
That's a brilliant That's a brilliant song to have just before things start up with the Christmas season. And second, I have to mention, we watch the 1970 version of Scrooge with Albert Finney every Christmas Eve just before we go to bed. It's my wife's family tradition, and now it's ours.
That's a beautiful thing. Let's keep them alive. James, thank you very much indeed. Please feel free to weigh in your favourite Christmas film moment. 81333 CWR at the start of your text in.